Welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for today, Wednesday, January 2nd. Thank you for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. There is a new body representing public service vehicle workers. It's still to be named, but it was formed today after workers pulled their services for at least 6 hours. They were protesting against a new uniform dress code being enforced by the Transport Authority, which requires workers to wear the logo of the Transport Authority. The workers maintain they should be allowed to use their own logos. The workers also claimed that they were not being adequately represented by the Association of Public Transport Operators and the Alliance of Public Transport. The action culminated with a meeting at the National Union of Public Workers, Dalkeith St. Michael headquarters, where scores of workers voted to form their own association. Delivering a brief statement after the meeting, which was attended by Chairman of the Transport Authority, Ian Estwick, and other officials, spokesman for the new association, Fabian Wharton, announced that another round of talks is set for next week.
There will be a meeting on Monday, the 7th of January 2019 at 9:30 a.m. between a select body, which will comprise of 4 persons, myself included, and this meeting will occur at 9:30 a.m. The date and agenda and details of that meeting will probably be dealt with sometime during the week. But what I can say to you is that the Transport Authority was here. There was a heated discussion between the drivers and operators and the conductors with the members of the Transport Authority. And the agreement right now is that we will have that meeting at 9:30 a.m. on Monday, the 7th of January 2019. After that meeting, the representative body will report back to all of the drivers and conductors of public service vehicles, and then we will take our guidance from them. What I would also like to add is that we do apologize to the traveling public, but sometimes you have to take a stand for the things that you believe in.
President of the new association is Sean Best. Barbados Today caught up with Best while he was in Speightstown, and he says the workers have valid concerns which are not being addressed. He insisted today's action was not intended to hold the country to ransom.
We work in Speightstown. We haven't got a bathroom facilities. We got ease up there behind the rocks and pass water. Right? But these is hard working men and women down here. These people that work long hours every day. 14 hours right? A day. I can't have a proper bathroom facilities. People come down here, look around. Well, a year ago, 2 years, and then disappear, never come back. Never come back. So if they're willing to work with, we're willing to work with them.
Several commuters were left stranded by the action. Some spoke to Barbados Today, saying passengers deserve better treatment.
This is very frustrating because I come home just for a couple of things to run back home so I could go work, and I can't get back home. All the chicken melting and everything.
How long have you been here?
About 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
And where are you trying to go to?
Basketball.
And it's taking you 3 hours to get from Speightstown to Boston?
Yes, it is.
What do you think about the situation in general, though? The fact that PSV operators are striking, they say that they're not satisfied with how they're being treated by authorities. But what do you think about it?
It's frustrating when they don't treat me good as passengers. Then it's put me off short and it's got in walking down real long.
My biggest challenge with the vans is the whole issue of loud and very pornographic music. That's my biggest issue with the vans, but generally they're pretty reliable, and I think they fill a void that the Transport Board has been unable to meet. So I'm pretty much satisfied, apart from the music, the loud music, and the very distasteful music that they play on the vans.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the Association of Public Transport Operators, Maurice Lee, rejected reports that he had called for the strike. He said the workers were behind the strike and suggested it could have been more impactful if it was planned properly.
More thought should have been put into it, because obviously if it is to be impactful, it cannot involve 10% of the service providers. And essentially if you have in excess of 600 PSVs on the road, 60 or so PSVs may sound like a lot gathered here, but essentially there's a lot more PSVs out there that are working as we speak. And I'm saying that you have to have a collaborative effort. It can't be an all workers thing or all owners thing. It has to be a collaborative effort between every person involved in the service, because every person in the service is being affected by the goings on.
In other news, the Royal Barbados Police Force declares it will not tolerate any attack on its officers. Word of this from Deputy Commissioner of Police Erwin Boyce after bandits shot at police in the wee hours of New Year's Day while trying to escape from officers who were responding to an attempted burglary at Rendezvous Christchurch. Boyce says while it's not the first time police have been attacked, the force intends to send a strong message.
We would be naive if we were to say that we would not expect people to challenge us from time to time. The nature of policing involving the correction of behavior, people would challenge us from time to time. We would agree with you that we got to monitor the level of disrespect for authority and disrespect for law and order, and take corrective action, very preventative actions early in order to stop any developing trend or any behaviors that go in that particular direction.
In sports, reigning champions West Indies have qualified automatically for next year's T20 World Cup in Australia. The Caribbean side booked their spot by virtue of their current 7th place in the ICC T20 rankings at year-end. Minnows Afghanistan have also qualified directly by virtue of the 8th place in the rankings. Top-ranked Pakistan, India, England, Australia, South Africa and New Zealand are the other automatic qualifiers for next year's T20 World Cup from October 18 to November 15.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back to Regional Happenings. Health authorities in Trinidad and Tobago confirmed that there have been several cases of the H1N1 or swine flu virus in the country over the past few months. The Minister of Health, however, assures the influenza vaccine is available at various health institutions and it's up to citizens to secure their health.
We have had a couple of cases of H1N1 patients. I can't give you the exact figure right now, but it's not alarming, but we are taking steps to treat the patients and bump up our immunization programs and so on.
Dr. Robinson Anand says the H1N1 virus has been endemic to TNT for some time, and despite regular screening of travelers by the Ministry of Health, it continues to present itself. But Health Minister Terence Dialsing says the government has taken steps to protect citizens from this potentially deadly flu, having brought in 75,000 influenza vaccines that can be accessed free of charge at the various health institutions.
It is up to the public to safeguard their health by getting the flu vaccination shot. But people, unless there's an emergency, they don't see the need for vaccinations. In the past 3 years, we have only had 2 deaths due to flu. That's a phenomenal achievement, which goes unrecognized.
And further afield, 6 people were killed and 16 injured when a crowded commuter train and a truck trailer that apparently fell from a freight train collided on the Great Belt Bridge in Denmark. According to authorities, the real accident, which is one of the deadliest in Danish history, took place at about 7:30 this morning in high winds on a bridge linking the islands of New Zealand and Funen. The Danish Accident Investigation Board confirmed that the trailer had fallen off the freight train and hit the passenger train. It, however, said it was not yet known whether this caused the accident. And that's news. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izuni Media and Bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, or you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.